Hello everyone. We had this Neet 2019 exam on May 5th and I hope everyone must have given your best. This is the logic gate question in P2 code, and we have a very simple circuit, but it looks a little tricky, but the question itself is very simple. We need to find the Boolean operation represented by this circuit. So this is our output Y. Anytime you see Y output, that is an output. And then it says A and B. These are the input things with which we can control the glow of the LED. So basically what we need to find out is what happens if you close both the switch, if you open both the switch, if you open this switch, not this switch, and then if you open this switch and not this switch. So what we are trying to find out is first a truth table, and that truth table will give us the operation of the output of this circuit. But let's consider what is happening in the circuit. Let's say if this circuit is open, that means the current starts flowing from the 6 volt to this resistor, through this LED and through this R, and this is ground. This ground thing is actually a new thing, could be a new thing for this. So what it looks like that this question is prepared by an electronics engineer, someone sitting in a electrical or electronic department of an engineering college. Because usually in physics problems you are given it as something like this. In physics you have a battery like this, but in electronics or electrical engineering we like to show it as a pull up to 6 volt and the negative point of this terminal to a ground. But this is the same thing. But I am just representing it like this because this is the way we are used to see this circuit. So if A is open, so I will draw a truth table in which we have written A here, B here and Y here. So if A is open, let us say 0, and B let us say 1, then how does the circuit look like? The circuit looks like this, like this. And then because this is open, there is no current flowing through this, so this is an open circuit, and in that case our bulb is going to glow. So we have 1 here. Then what happens if A is 1 but B is open? That means we close this switch like this, but we keep the B open. It's still open circuit. The current cannot flow through this, so there is an infinite resistance here, or it's an open circuit. So the current will start here, flow into this, and the bulb will glow. That means our Y is 1. What's the next possibility? If I put both of them, open both of them, then what's going on? The current flows through this, goes into this, flows through this, but this is open and this is, and if by somehow, for whatsoever reason, it is somehow some electrons are flowing, the B will definitely make sure that no current flows through it. So if it is 0, it is 0, it is doubly 1. And what is the last condition? That is the most important. You want to stop this video right now, close the switch and see what happens, and try to understand how does the circuit function. It's actually a little physics, a little Kirchhoff law and little engineering. So think about it. How is the current flowing if I close both the switch? If you can do that, you will be able to do all such kinds of the circuit. When I close the switch like this, my error, the circuit is like this. When I close this switch A as well as the close switch, you can see that the circuit is like this. In other words, this circuit is like this. And what will happen in this circuit? We have a 6 volt battery. The current starts flowing from this resistor R here, and then when the current comes here, it has 2 paths. This I current, whatever flowing to flow, can go either from here, or this I current can go from here. So if the current has this path, why should go any path which has a resistance? You can just simply apply the Kirchhoff's law and we will find that all this current comes and flow through this part. There is 0 current flowing through this. You can also think it this way. if the current flowing through, this is a short circuit, if I put a voltmeter here, it will show a 0 volt reading because there is no voltage drop across this resistor. That means this circuit can be thought to be open. There is no current flowing this thing. That means this bulb Y here or LED Y here will be 0 under the condition 1, 1, 0. Now the last thing you need to do is, which logic gate does this truth circuit, this table represent? If you don't know, let's try AND gate. It cannot be AND gate because AND means what? AND means this would have been 1. A and B is 1. That would have been 1. It is reverse of A, so that looks like it is a NAND gate. What was our fourth option here? Fourth option was a NOR gate. Okay, so the answer is third, NAND gate, and I hope you have done that. You can verify that it's not an OR gate. In an OR gate, we would have this and this would have been 1 and this would have been 0. It's also not a NOR gate. You can verify that, and hopefully you can in future, you can try to solve all such questions of logic gate. One more important thing, if you are planning to do a NEET in future again, make sure you read all the simpler chapters. And what are those simpler chapters? For example, unit and dimension, you must read that. Then in the same chapter you have errors and all these things about the errors and things like that. You must also try to study thermodynamics. For example, it does not take a lot, but you should be able to solve these questions from thermodynamics. And then these logic gates, you get like at least 2 to 3 questions if you cover those simpler questions. By comparison, if you try to study, for example, rotational mechanics, it will take a lot of time. Especially you will solve the tougher questions, and you are not sure if you will be able to solve that question in exam if they are going to be tough. Keep looking at this channel, and you will have a lot of chapters on this things, full chapters and exercise questions as well. Thanks.